Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to History in the Making. This is episode 1 of the New Orleans Blues franchise. And today we embark on the journey of a lifetime. We're not just building a team, we're building a legacy. Expansion baseball is unpredictable, chaotic, and beautiful. We've got a mix of unproven young talent, veteran cast-offs, and a whole lot of underdogs looking to prove they belong. And at the top of it all, our colorful owner, MC Tarkington, who's got his own vision for how this team should be built. Jones, you've been given the keys to my empire's newest toy. I expect success, entertainment, and above all, discipline. I didn't build a whiskey empire in Chicago by playing it safe, and I won't have my baseball team doing it either. We will be fast, aggressive, and relentless. I don't want to see my team standing around waiting for things to happen. I want action. I have one simple rule to start. No contract extensions. Not one. Not yet. We don't want to commit anything until we see the team that you've built. Every player is on the clock. And when the season ends, we decide who stays, who goes. That's the opportunity that I'm giving you to mold this franchise from the ground up with a blank slate. So please don't mess it up. So there you have it. No extensions, no safety nets. Every player is essentially on a one-year audition. So here's how the expansion draft works. No players over 72 overall. Only 3 B potential players, so we had to choose wisely. The rest were all C potential maxed. Only 1 player per team from the MLB team for our 26-man roster. We had to select 2 players making over $10 million because, we got to make this a little harder on ourselves. And we were only able to pick 1 player from a team's top 5 prospects. So that means we couldn't just bring in a whole bunch of talent from the future. It's a bold strategy, but hey, it's also an opportunity. We get to shape this team exactly how we want. And we have a full season to evaluate, make trades, and strategize before we lock in a long-term core. So let's talk about how this team was built. This expansion draft gave us some strict rules, no superstars, a cap on young talent, and we had to take a couple big contracts. But here's what we ended up with. Michael Garcia is going to be our third baseman. He's a defensive wizard and a high-contact hitter, and hopefully he can start us off at the top of our lineup. Luis Angel Acuna is an infielder as well. Got some speed, got some energy, but he needs to develop at the plate, so hopefully we can get him some games to do so. Our right fielder is going to be Jordan Walker. He's got the power potential and a future star if he develops the right way. The big money guys, the guys that we had to spend money on the most, Herman Marquez is our de facto ace. He's coming off of injury, and hopefully we can put it together with him this season, and maybe he can help launch us off into the future. Pierce Johnson is a veteran bullpen arm. Hopefully he can help stabilize things in our bullpen, as it's going to be rough with everybody under 72. Jeez, it's going to be hard. And the wild cards in our lineup, the guys that we don't know if we're going to keep around, the veterans that we're going to see if they can help us out in our lineup. Josh Bell over at first base, a switch hitter with a lot of pop, hoping for a bounce back here. Hopefully we can be the organization that gets him going. Tommy Pham will play left field, the veteran spark plug. This guy can rake. Every time I play with him on this game, this guy hits a ton, and I'm glad to have him on our team. Bobby Miller will be one of the true young arms that we have. He's got ace potential. We'll see if he can get going early in the season. We can move him up in the rotation, and we can get going. We're gonna need him to eat up a lot of innings, and hopefully he can do so. We didn't get a lot of stars, but we did get guys who can contribute right away and prospects who could blossom into something special. Let's take a look at the spotlight 5 players that could make a difference here on our team. Some we've already talked about. Let's talk about Jackie Miles. Man, this is a steal here. This is a wild card. Tarkington let us sneak one A potential player in. We went with Miles. He's a high contact, high IQ player with a clutch gene that's going to help lead our team in the future. Luis Angel Acuna, we talked about him. If he can develop some power, he could be a great leadoff for us at some point. Joshua Bell as well. We need him to produce in the middle of the lineup. Bobby Miller, the most exciting arm that we've got on this team, a true power pitcher. We're going to need to use him early and often. And then Brian Baker, the bullpen stopper. If we're leading late, Baker's going to be the guy that comes in and closes the door. As the season goes on, we'll continue to highlight different players, tracking their development and seeing who earns their place in this organization. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Every single player on this roster is playing for a contract. That means at the end of the season, we get to rebuild this franchise exactly how we want it, within reason from our owner. We'll be the face of the Blues for the next 5 years. We get one full season to evaluate, decide on who fits Tarkington's vision, and then we get to start to lay the foundation for a dynasty. And if you're wondering, yes, that also means that we're going to have to trade some people. And if we're not committed to certain players long term, then we might have to make some tough decisions down the line at the deadline. But let's go ahead and jump in, ladies and gentlemen, what you're here for. Let's go ahead and get right into opening day as the New Orleans Blues take on the Los Angeles A's. This is a roster built from the scraps of 29 other teams, molded into a squad that is looking to prove everyone wrong. This team is built on defense and small ball, but the question is, will that be enough? And the guy to look out for is Tommy Pham. He might be the best veteran presence on this team, a guy who brings an edge, plays hard, and doesn't back down from anyone. We've talked about all the players, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked about all the financial issues. Let's go ahead and jump right in. And just like that, a new era begins in Major League Baseball as the New Orleans Blues, an expansion team, takes the field for the first time. German Marquez, our ace right now. He's coming off of injury, so let's see if he can help this new team, help these Blues get away from their blues. There's going to be a lot of that here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get things started. We're going to jump ahead to the third inning as Tommy Pham comes up. The line drive base hit into the outfield. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Pham is going to be the guy to watch. Every time I've played this game, I end up with Tommy Pham on my team because I know he can hit. Luis Angel Acuna in the 2 spot today. Ooh, line drive over the third baseman. That moves up Tommy Pham over to third base, and Acuna comes in with a double. Starting things off for the boys, the first couple innings were filled with nothing but pop-ups. With the third inning, we seem to be getting it going. All right, we jump ahead now. Maikel Garcia, line drive out into the outfield, caught. That's going to score 1 run and move another run up to third base. The first run scored for the New Orleans Blues, ladies and gentlemen. That's it right there. Maikel Garcia scores Tommy Pham. Let's get it going. All right, boys. Esteury Ruiz looks to keep it going now with 2 outs and a runner on third base. A little pop-up out into the outfield, and it drops. That scores another run. 2 on the board, ladies and gentlemen, here in the bottom of the third. Scrappy boys looking to get it done. Jackie, oh my God. 446 feet, ladies and gentlemen. Jackie Miles gets a hold of one, and yes, that's his first major league home run and first major league hit, all rolled into one. I told you this guy was going to be something special. Shout out to MC Tarkington for allowing us to keep him. If we didn't keep him, Lord knows where we would be. The only A potential guy on our roster. He's the #1 prospect in MLB right now. Man, let's see if he's going to help lead this new franchise into the future. I believe we got a good one, guys. I believe we got the right guy. The right guy to put our hat in the ring for. Let's go now to the bottom of the third. Josh Bell up. And he finds the base hit up the middle of the infield. That a boy, Josh. Josh Bell is going to have to help us out in the middle of our lineup, as we might not have the bats that we need in order to score some runs. Josh Bell might be able to do that. Jordan Walker, our right fielder, now up. Former St. Louis Cardinal. Had to get him out of there so that he can come out here and perform for us. Now with 2 away, 3-1 count. Sees it for a ball. 3-2, the runner on first is probably going to be going. I'm sending him. And the ball gets through. He did not go. Jordan Walker with a hit. All right. Luis Campusano, our catcher.
Fly ball down the line, and no one can get to it. It's a foul ball.
Now a 2-2 count, 2 on. Strike 3. That ends a very productive third inning for the boys, as we were able to push across 4 on 6 hits. Good stuff, boys. St. Louis, the New Orleans Blues getting it going early here in the third inning. We go now to the 4th as Marquez still on the mound, 64 pitches in. Looking to do pretty well right now. Has not given up a run as he gets strike 3 on Mike Trout. That's a big out there for him to get. We now go to Soler. Oh, my goodness. Well hit ball back up the middle, in through the infield. Man. That's all right, Marquez. Keep going back to work. Here we go. Let's get a ground ball here. There it is. Ground ball to Garcia. 5-4-3 double play gets Marquez out in the bottom of the 4th. The Blues, we're up 4-0, baby. Let's keep it going, fellas.
And we're back. Here's Tommy Pham.
Our guy Tommy Pham coming up to bat now. Ooh.
That one is lifted in the air, and that'll fall for a
base hit into right field. Told you this guy can rake no matter what. He finds a hit. Shout out to him. The boys were able to get to the bullpen early. That's what we always want. See a lot of pitches. Put a lot of balls in play. You never know what's going to happen. Young Nicky Lopez, now our DH, walks. As now we have 2 on. They would walk another on, and then they would load the bases. Michael Garcia will find a ball out into the outfield, but it was too close for us to score a run here. That takes us now to Esteury Ruiz. Good little outfielder from the Oakland Athletics. I think he's going to develop into something big. That's why we were able to pick him up. Beautiful swing here. Finds the ball into the outfield, and it one hops the fence. That's a ground rule double. Like I said, I think this guy is going to do something. He's got speed. He's got good hands. He's got the defense. Man, ground rule double. Scores 2 for us. That a boy is 3. And now our guy, Jackie Miles, coming up to bat with 2 on. Full count now. Got him swinging. Ooh. Josh Bell up now. That could drop. Scores 2 more, Josh. Indeed it does. Ball goods by the right fielder. Josh Bell rounding second base. And goes into third base, standing up. That a boy Josh scoring another 4 runs for us here in the 5th inning. I don't know what inning we're in, guys. Josh got that ball to drop in. Right fielder takes a dive at it and misses. Josh stands up, going into third base. Jordan Walker up to bat now. 1-2 count with 2 outs, man on third base. Ground ball now ends the 4th inning. Okay, I see it's the 4th inning now. Now I'm paying attention. Here we go. Productive 4 innings for the boys. We thought that the hits were going to be hard to come by. The runs were going to be hard to come by, but we're figuring it out. We're finding a way to get bat on ball. German Marquez has 4 innings pitched so far on 3, giving up only 3 hits with 6 strikeouts, which is really good. Coming off an injury, we never knew what he was going to do. MC Tarkington was very questioning us a lot on picking him up as our ace, but I believe in this guy. We know he's going to do well. And now as he goes into the 5th inning, let's see what he can get going with a full count here. Yeah, he did. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 7 for our guy. Atta boy.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in
3-1 count. Ugh. Pop up into right. It's caught by Walker. Way to pull that one down. Zach Neto. Strike 3. Marquez. A 5th inning. Clean sheet, brother. That a boy. Clean inning, excuse me. All right. We're headed now into the 6th inning. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Only giving up 3 hits. That's Marquez. The Blues are up 8-0.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th.
So we decided to go with Miguel Castro here in the 6th inning, just to give us a little bit of something. He's going to have to carry the bullpen, I believe. I believe we're going to lean on Miguel Castro a lot in this franchise. He's somebody that can control. He's going to have to get his ERA down this year. But I believe that we can do something with him as he gives up a line drive out into right field. Mike Trout now up to bat. Let's see what Castro can do with him here. We're in a 1-2 count. Ground ball up the middle. Acuna by himself. Yes, sir. Double play unassisted there by Acuna. Gets Castro out. Base hit means nothing. We go now to the bottom of the 8th inning. Oh. All right. That ball was hit very, very hard. Okay. All right. Yeah, now it's time to go to the bullpen. We need to go ahead and get Castro out of here. Great inning. Excuse me. I think he threw 3 innings. 2 1/3, maybe. We now go to Shane Smith. Shane Smith was a round 5 guy, and so we could not get rid of him. But so we're going to use him if he's on the roster. Shane Smith now takes the bump in a 3-1 count. Gets a double play ball. Acuna to Miles. I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot this year. Acuna to Miles is going to be a great combination up the middle there. Capusano finds a fair ball, for a base hit. Now Tommy Pham comes up and strikes out on a ball down in the dirt. Ew. Nicky Lopez.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Moniak on the move.
Moniak pulls that down as Nicky Lopez flies out to center field. And then we see Acuna pop up there here in the bottom of the 8th. 8-1 on 10 hits. No errors. We're going to see what we can do here in the bottom of the 9th. Shane Smith gives up a hard hit ball, but Ruiz is there to pull that one down. 1 out. 2 outs away from that historic win as we head, base hit there. Can't give up a ball that high. Jeez. Shane Smith looking to find ground ball for a double play. Oh, that's it. Here we go. Double play ball. Miles threw it. Gets one. Oh, only gets the first. Like I said, man, Miles and Acuna are going to be great up the middle. Look forward to spotlighting them. Taylor Ward now to bat. Shane Smith looks to finish this off. Strike 3. The Blues get a win. What a historic win. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to put a team together through an expansion draft, but we were able to get it done and get the first win of the New Orleans Blues franchise. What a win. What a pickup. Congrats to Marquez as he throws a great game, going 6, only giving up 3 hits, no runs, and the boys pick up a dub. The boys pick up a handshake. We turn our attention now to our financial situation here. It's going to be a struggle this season. We have a budget of $49 million, but we have so many players that need to be paid next year. So we're going to have to work it out with our owner and figure out who is going to be paid. I'm sure he's going to come up with a system that's definitely play for pay, meaning if you play well, you get paid. I don't know how we're going to be able to run a franchise like that, but we're going to have to figure it out. But now, let's turn our attention to the spotlight of the day. Jackie Miles, the man who just might be the franchise. In the season opener, he went 2 for 4, driving in a run and crossing the plate himself, showing exactly why he's been hailed as the future of this organization. He's got the bat, he's got the glove, he's got the swagger to be the franchise player. But the real question is, how quickly can he rise to the challenge? So let's jump right into the action as we're in the bottom of the first, and Jackie has a 1-2 count on him with 2 outs already. Fouls off a sinker to the outside, or excuse me, to the inside. Jackie's having a good year so far, hitting 250. Fouls off another 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Still looking for him to be our franchise guy. Is he going to be enough to carry this team? Ooh. Base hit down the line.
And that keeps the inning going.
Gotta love the resiliency showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Anytime you rip a line drive,
Jackie's a good hitter that can hit across the whole field. Not just a pull hitter, not just a hitter on the outside, but can go across the whole diamond. Josh Bell now up to bat. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Jackie takes off, and we get a ground ball to the first baseman, and that's going to end our inning.
We played an inning, no score.
No score after 1. Los Angeles Angels still no hits. New Orleans Blues got 1 hit. Let's go. All right, second at bat here from Jackie Miles. Had a single in the first. Soriano still on the mound after throwing 45 pitches. We got runners on first and second. 1 out. First pitch. Slurve to the outside. Mikhail Garcia and Luis Angel Garcia, excuse me, Acuna on first and second. Second pitch. Another ball inside. As the 3-hitter, Jackie's going to have to find a way to get it done this year, especially behind Acuna and Garcia. Both men can run on the bases. Can he find a way to get them in? Sinker on the outside corner, 94 miles an hour, falls in. As now we go to a 2-1 count. Ball over the bag, and that's going to score at least 1. Gets him in. Yes. Garcia scores from second. Acuna moves all the way up to third base. Jackie now with another hit, 2 for 2 on the night. Go to a 3-2 count in the bottom of the third. Josh Bell. And they walk him. New Orleans up 2-0. We're going to have to find a way to get it done this year and score some runs. It's our bullpen. And let's be honest, our starting lineup, our starting pitchers are not going to be able to carry us all the way through. So they're definitely going to have to produce some runs. A walk there from Jordan Walker scores another run. Jackie moves over to third base. Ball in the dirt on a 1-2 count. But Jackie stays put. Now it moves to a 2-2 count. Base is still loaded. Nola up 3-0. Can Campusano get these runs in? Ugh. Ground ball gets 1 and the second. That's the end of the third. We move now to the 5th inning. Jackie Miles comes up, now hitting 500 on the year. Oh. Diving play. Jackie beats it. That's what we need from our guy. Just find a way on, find a way to move those runners on. 1 out, we now have first and second with Josh Bell coming up. Heart of our lineup up. We should be able to get something out of this. Ground ball to the second baseman. And Josh Bell is out, but both runs do move up, which is what we needed in this moment. Jordan Walker up now, hitting 200 on the year. 2-2 count.
Swing and a pop-up.
Pop up.
Neto.
Shortstop is camping underneath it, and we get nothing out of it in that inning. 3-1 in the top of the 6th. Ground ball to Jackie. Going across. Great play. So that ends the 6th inning.
Bottom of the 6th inning. The Blues have the lead, 3-1.
The Blues up 3-1. Campusano, Pham, and Benson coming up next. We got to get these guys going. We got to get these guys hitting.
Here's the shortstop.
All right, Jackie Miles now up 3 for 3 with 3 singles and an RBI today. 4-1 on the scoreboard. 2 outs, bases loaded. Can Jackie explode this game? No, he cannot. Pop up to the second baseman. That's going to end our 6th. Uneventful.
So they get 1, but end up leaving the bases loaded. 7th inning coming up.
4-1 now at the end of the 6th. We now slip it over to the defensive side.
Now it's the shortstop.
Jackie back up. 3 for 4. Oh.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out.
Well hit ball. Is that going to get into the gap? And indeed it does. Ball in the gap. Jackie now rounding second base. Run scores now 6-1. Jackie with a stand-up triple. That's what we need from our guy. That's what we need from our leader. Josh Bell up now with Jackie on third base. 2 outs in the inning. And a ball to the third baseman is going to end this inning. Oh, no. Jackie scores as there's an error by the third baseman. Josh Bell makes his way to first base. 7-1 in the top of the 9th, and that is going to end our game. The New Orleans Blues picks up a 2nd win on the year. This is what we needed, ladies and gentlemen. 2 games to get going, 2 games to get our sticks going. Pitching has been great. And sure enough, we were able to pick up a win here in the 2nd game of the opening series. Shout out to Jackie Miles going 3 for 5 on the day, 3 singles and an RBI. That's what we need from our guys, showing up in the times when we definitely need him. We definitely look forward to seeing more of him throughout this season. And as the Blues start this young franchise, trying to get off to a great start this year. And it looks like Jackie Miles is going to be our guy. This is a guy we can trust. Let's talk about this New Orleans Blues pitching staff, because if we're going to compete in year 1, it starts on the mound. We don't have a true ace yet, but we've got some arms that can keep us in games and a bullpen that's got the potential to be sneaky good. At the top, we've got Herman Marquez, the veteran presence in the rotation. He's coming off of Tommy John surgery, but if he's healthy, he's got the experience to give us some quality innings. Behind him, we've got Bobby Miller, a guy with electric stuff. He's still putting it all together, but when he's on, he's borderline unhittable. Just ask the hitters who faced him in game 2, 5 2/3 inning, only 2 hits, 6 strikeouts. Now that's ace material if he keeps it up. Then there's Ilber Diaz, a young arm with potential. Slay Ciccone and Jack Kokonowicz round out the rotation. 2 guys who will need to prove that they belong here on the big level. Now, the bullpen. This is where things are going to get really interesting. Miguel Castro is the innings eater back there, already logging in 4.2 frames, and he picked up the win in game 1. Brian Baker, we're hoping that he can be a guy that we can trust in the ninth. Brandon Bernardino and Jack Cousins have been steady, and while Randy Rodriguez and Jack Webb bring some depth to the middle innings. The key to this bullpen, efficiency. We don't have a dominant strikeout guy, so we're going to have to keep the ball on the ground, minimize walks, and get out of the innings quickly. If this group holds up, the Blues are going to be in a lot of games, and if not, well, let's just say MC Tarkington's not too patient. We've got some potential, we've got some question marks, but this pitching staff is going to set the tone for how far we can go. So let's see what they bring to the table. Let's go ahead and jump into game 3. We're going to fast forward all the way to inning number 7. Tommy Pham up with runners on second and third. Finds the ball out into the gap. Oh, it's a well-hit ball. Getting up to second base is Tommy Pham. Now that raises the lead all the way up 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning here. 1 out. Tommy Pham finds a 2-run double. Here comes Nicky Lopez. Nicky Lopez is an extra hitter that we have in our lineup, backing up the middle guys, backing up Jackie Miles, backing up Acuna. Strikes out there looking on the ball on the outside. 2 outs now. Another fastball down the middle to Acuna. His team is going to have to find a way to put the ball in play. Going to have to find to make things happen. We're not a huge power hitting team. But stuff like that works, as that gets that run in from third. Acuna finds a way to get it done. Now raises the lead up 7-1. As Michael Garcia finds a ground ball over to second base. That gets the last out of the 7th. Jacob Webb now coming to the plate. Man, we are hoping to get something out of him. 60 games last year, 2-5 record, but we're hoping that he can at least sustain us in some innings, especially when he's coming in moments like this. This doesn't help, though, as he finds a duck snort out into left field, ball over to over third base. Man, it's going to have to find a way to get some ground balls here. There we go. Now that's a pop-up. Bell underneath it and puts that away. That gives us 1 out. Now on to Jorge Soler. Finds a slider down the middle. That's the 3rd out. That ends the middle of the 8th. The 8th. Esteury Ruiz finds another ground ball through the infield. Goes for 2. Is he going to make it? Not in time. Indeed, he is safe. All right. That's what we need. We need the bottom of the lineup. We need the middle of the lineup. We need the top of the lineup. We need it all. Jackie Miles now up to bat. 2 for 4 tonight. As soon as we jumped into this and I saw that the score was 5-1, I was like, okay, it's going to be a little different. 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Now with a 1-2 count. Looks at a slider down in the bottom half of the strike zone. Looks at strike 3. Josh Bell with a 1-2 count. Did that get up the middle? Oh. He needs to get back a little sooner than that. Josh Bell grounds out to the shortstop as he makes a good play. I don't know why he was hanging out there like that. Ruiz. Jeez, okay. Jordan Walker up now, 2 for 4 on the night.
Towards first.
Late on that pitch. And grounds out to the first baseman. Brian Baker now coming to the mound. This is not a save situation, but we want to make sure that we give him as many innings as possible so that he knows how to dominate in these situations. He's got to come in and he's got to lock it down from the very beginning. Gets a pop-up here, and Bell puts him away for the first out. Now a 3-1 count. Fouled off. Yohan Moncada, 3-2 count.
And that's too high, and it's ball 4.
And he finds a way to walk him. That's not great. That's what we can't have. Strike 3 there for Taylor Ward. Brian Baker gets his first strikeout of the night. 2 outs with a runner on first base. Can he lock this down? 0-1 count. Ball up the middle to Acuna. Short flip to Miles at shortstop. And that ends the game here as the Blues find a way to sweep. That's what we need, ladies and gentlemen, as an expansion team. We're going to have to find a way to get wins, and it definitely helps when you sweep a team at home, finding a way to get it done. All right. 7 runs on 16 hits, no errors for the boys. The Angels end with 1 run, 6 hits. Bobby Miller picks up the win, and the Angels have been swept by the Blues. Welcome to New Orleans baseball, ladies and gentlemen, as we now take 2nd place here in the American League Central. Some tough playing those American League teams, the Central teams, all the way up in the Midwest, while we're down here in the Bayou. That's it for episode 1, ladies and gentlemen. The New Orleans Blues are officially off and running. Next time, we'll break down the first series, and we'll see if we complete MC Tarkington's next challenge. Stay tuned. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.